Hi, this is Jo from Greener Guest, and today we're with Rebecca from the Solid Bar Company to find out a little bit more about the products that Rebecca makes and the story behind the products, which is really important to us at Greener Guest, that you can feel that you get to know the suppliers that you're buying your products from. So welcome, Rebecca. It's really great to have you with us today, and it'd be amazing if you could just tell us a little bit about what motivated you to create these amazing products in the first place. Tell us a little bit more about your story.
Right, yes. So it really started a few years ago when we sailed across the Atlantic on a sailboat. It's my husband's idea. I don't know how we're not divorced, but so we left the UK and we 10,000 miles on the boat, and we were on it for 3 years. And during that time, I guess I should say that we went from Hampshire in the UK to basically we stopped in Gibraltar and the Canary Islands and on to the Caribbean, the West Indies, and we stopped at a lot of places in the Caribbean. And I think when you're on a boat, you're sort of closer to nature. You're much more aware of, you know, the sea and the moon and everything, really, the elements, natural elements. And we noticed, you know, it was really hard to get personal care products that weren't in plastic and water diluted, and you've got these massive heavy bottles. So during the voyage, they would just be thrown around, hitting the walls, and, you know, it just seemed very impractical. And I wanted to really come up with products, personal care products that were an alternative to that, sort of personal care products of the future, that didn't need that water and plastic, but were at a competitive price for people so that they could easily make the switch, sort of re-educating people on how to do that, because it is a bit of a different process, but really making sure that the products are as good or even better than what people use. Otherwise they're not going to stay with it and switch. So that was kind of like the start of it, really.
Brilliant. And you've come a long way from there, definitely. So we've seen already, and we've had the chance to experience some of the solid bars that you're making, and there's a lot, obviously, from a business to customer opportunity, but you're also creating products that would be great for tourism or travel and tourism businesses as well. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit more about those and just the problems that they help businesses to solve.
Yes, sure. Well, because you haven't got the water and plastic, they're very light, and they're very compact because they're fully concentrated. They're not diluted. They're very easy to travel with because they are leak free. I mean, you know, if you're carrying a bar that's going to do sort of 6 to 8 washes of your hair and body, you can put that in your luggage as a carry-on. It's not going to leak. You could take that for yourself, and, you know, if you're going on a long weekend, that could do your family, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and it smells great as well. So whilst we've got our sort of standard size products that we have in stores and throughout the country, you have on our website, it just made sense then to do the smaller bars as well for people for travel. So that's why it just makes sense to use that sort of thing. I mean, who wants to carry around huge heavy bottles? And obviously everywhere I went in hotels when I was working business, I always wanted to take my own shampoos and conditioners and things, because the hotel ones were always a bit sort of rubbish. So that's why these are very much a salon product. They've just won the Gold Award this year at the Green Parent.
Fantastic.
And we basically have really nice anionics, so they're the foaming ingredients for your hair and your body, and then we've added in conditioning cationic ingredients, which are custom made for us without palm oil and without petroleum. So they are entwined with, you know, oat protein, which is like hair strengthening, provitamin B5, which is in a lot of lotions and hair. It's a hydrating sort of product, so very much a sort of salon standard.
Yeah.
Cetrimonium chloride is a heat protectant and also anti-static. So we've managed to pack in so much into these bars that they sort of foam but also condition. So that's been a lot of work to do. I don't think there are any other bars on the market that I have come across that have that level of quality and, you know, salon experience, you know, so far.
Oh, it's
So
fantastic. Really, really good. And you're making them all, I mean, because you look like you're in a laboratory there with the image behind you, but this is where it all goes on, isn't it? You're doing all of this yourselves by hand, I presume, a lot of it possibly, but can you tell us a little bit more just about your working space that we can see behind you? Because that looks fascinating.
yeah, I mean, it smells great as well, if you can smell it.
I know. That's what we really need, isn't it? Smell television would be fantastic.
Yeah, we manufacture everything in Oxfordshire, so as much as we can, we will get local ingredients. Obviously, we use as much plastic-free as possible. You can see some soaps here, sort of curing on the side, and essential oils up there. Seems odd to it. Yeah, so we are, yes, in Oxfordshire, and we have a military base nearby, so we have the military wives that come in and help. So it's quite nice to, and obviously they're very reliable and punctual, and it's just nice to have, you know, that employment for me down the road. Yeah, so we're in Oxfordshire. We have actually done these bars. We made them when we were in the Caribbean. We made them when we lived in Florida. You know, some of the main ingredients, there's only, you're quite limited in the UK.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a few global suppliers for palm oil free surfactants and salon ingredients. So yeah, we just do it here, and we can, the idea is that, you know, as we expand, we can expand here as well. We can use machinery. It's almost like restaurant machinery, you know, these big sort of cauldron type things that you can get lost in. If you're making lots of cakes, it's a similar sort of thing, having a big mixing bowl rather than lots of small ones, you know, so it's quite easy for us to sort of transition and grow and move up, and, you know,
Fantastic.
so that's the idea really, so that we can get as many, you know, save as many plastic bottles as we can.
Definitely. And who comes up with the formulas or the scents? Is that something that you kind of create yourself, or you get people to test them to see what they like?
Yes.
How does that all work?
Well, we have quite a mix of scents. So obviously our repellents are very lemongrass scented. We have 4 different scents in our hair care range. So we try to go for quite a mix. Obviously, they have therapeutic qualities as well. They're antibacterial. So our herbal bars, for example, are sort of anti-dandruff. They help with hair growth. So they've got other benefits as well. But we have a sort of minty, we have a musky, we have a sort of lavender geranium, and we have the citrus. So between the 4 of them, with the lemongrass and now frankincense, you get to sort of, when I do markets and things like that, people try them, you sort of get to know which part of the spectrum that they're on. I studied aromatherapy, so I was able to formulate all the blends myself.
Fantastic. Yeah. And there's a specific one that you've chosen for the travel miniatures, isn't there? There's a specific scent there. What was your reason for choosing that one?
Yes, I have chosen orange because it is so popular in Europe, and it's something that children recognize. So it's a very good family bar. It's refreshing in the summer. In the winter, people associate it with vitamin C. And it's actually quite inexpensive, so I can keep the price down. You know, if I start to add in, I mean, obviously we can, but for clients, if they want different scents, we can certainly do that and show them, you know, give them some samples. But that, as the sort of well-rounded scent, it works perfectly well. And we use a 5-fold sweet orange essential oil, so it's 5 times the strength of a normal essential oil without all the limonene and other components, so it's, you know, completely safe. So that's the sort of reasoning behind it.
No, that sounds really great. And if there are, I'm sure there will be hotels, bed and breakfast, independent accommodation owners listening that perhaps have been, for many, many years, they've been using the miniature shampoos in plastic, and it's a hard habit to break when, you know, when people have used certain types of products for so long. Is there any advice that you would give to businesses that are maybe a little bit on the fence about changing, that would encourage them to switch from the plastic bottles to trying how the bars could work, and how could they put that across in a positive way for their guests, so that the guests feel, you know, we're not taking a service away that they're used to, they're actually getting something that's even better, more innovative? But do you have any advice for businesses around that?
Yes, so from my point, I mean, I've obviously only used these bars for sort of 10 years plus. My children never use anything else. So basically, from a cost point of view, and from a storage point of view, you're getting a shampoo, conditioner, and a shower gel, and also you can shave with them if you know for men,
Oh, great.
maybe on their legs and things. So you're getting sort of 3 or 4 different products in one. So you've got a cost saving there. Obviously, we do the different sizes. This is the very small one. This is the middle. And this is the large. So this will do sort of 1 to 2 washes, which is great, you know, just for an overnight or a weekend. And the larger bars, you know, are doubling up the size again.
Yeah.
You know, 2 to 4 washes and 6 to 8 washes. Obviously, the boxes are quite small, so we do actually include a leaflet here. That explains all the ingredients, explains exactly how to use them. So they can see that exactly what's in it, because you know if you've got a box this size and you're trying to sort of look at them even with glasses on, the information, it would be very difficult, and you think, well, what is it? Is it, you know, is it a lotion, or what do I do with it? So we wanted to make sure that this was very clear.
Great.
You know, so we can, you know, fold that inside. It's a very thin piece of paper. So yes, there is, I think with men, you know, you just say, look, it's like a bar of soap, and they're like, fine. With women, you have to say, especially the shampoo, you know, it's not going to make your hair fuzzy and like a sort of bird's nest. You know, so there is that trust, but once they've used it once, you know, we have a huge amount of repeat customers. We've got people that only use our 2-in-1 bars all the time. Obviously, we call it a 3-in-1 for the hotel because it, you know, there's no point having a separate soap.
Yeah.
And wash your body. It's like a very nice soap for your body because it's pH balanced rather than very alkaline, which soap is. So yeah, I mean, and you can sort of choose different types of packaging that you want. It's vegan, it's totally biodegradable when it goes down the drain. So yeah, I mean, the customer will probably be really happy with that. Everyone's sort of looking now more for eco products.
Certainly ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't it, when you think about, you know, they're plastic free, they don't have any of the nasty chemicals in there, like you're saying, they're suitable for vegans as well, which is more and more important, that I think businesses are providing, you know, opportunities and solutions for people who've got different, you know, ethical requirements or whatever it is that they might want to see from a business. So that's
they tick all those boxes. And they're suitable for children, you know, they're going in baby packs in hotels.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so what's not to like, really?
No, that's really great. Thank you so much for telling us a little bit more about it, for us being able to see where you're doing everything and just to know your story behind the products. I think that's really interesting for everybody to know. Thanks so much, Rebecca, for joining us today.
You're welcome, Jo. Thank you.